Oklahoma or Kansas City, their living expenses is a lot less than if they were living in New York or California. And so they're willing to accept less pay. So same thing over there. If you find one in smaller cities, in province, then it's a lot less expensive than the ones that you find in big cities like Manila. And so just to give you an idea, if you find them yourself, you're looking to pay anywhere from $300 to $800 a month. $300 to $800 a month. Okay, and 800, should get you a pretty good one. In some smaller provinces, you can even find them for like $175 a month. That's really inexpensive. The quality of the agent you're getting might not be as good. It's harder to find them too, and unless you know somebody, unless you have like a relative over there or something, then it's easier to find them. Or if you have, if you already hired the first one and then you have that one to go find you a second one, then they can just get referrals through the funds in the church, and so so you can find. You can find them less expensive that way. But if you're trying to find them on the internet for that kind of price, it's a lot tougher. Okay, you can go through companies. They call call centers. These are companies who have the office building, who has the has the space that they're leasing out. They have the computer, they have the phone system, they have the fast internet, and so you can hire those companies. And those companies will do the hiring for you. They'll do the pre-screening for you. They'll do the initial interview for you. If you hire one of those companies, they generally cost a little bit more. They generally cost you anywhere from $800 to $1,200 a month. Okay, for a normal virtual assistant. If you need somebody of higher caliber, of course, it costs more than that. And so global-skies.com is one of them. Another one is agentsofvalue.com is also another one, okay, that you can use. Here is it's a friend of mine, it's also a student of mine who lives here in Houston, but he has a call center in the Philippines that was doing transcriptions, medical transcriptions for hospitals and stuff. And so when he found out about me teaching people how to find virtual assistants, he let me know that he will also hire a virtual assistant for you if you need to. Okay. Now there is a warning. He told me because this is not his main business. His main business is the medical transcription. So I'm only sharing his contact information to you, to a few of my students. So don't pass his information out, please. Okay, I don't want you to get him bombarded with having to hire a lot of virtual assistants, and that turn into where he won't be able to help my students anymore because he's just getting too many people requesting. And so keep it for yourself. And this is his email, his phone number here for that you can contact him. Okay, and he charges $1,000 per virtual assistant, and so you can contact him. And like I said, he also do transcriptions as well. I don't know how much he charges. I think it's something. I don't know. You need to ask him how much he charges for transcription. So you can work with him that way. All right, so these are the different places that you can find them. Okay. All right. Like I said, hire your first one first, and then from there, if you need to hire more, you can ask them to refer you for more, so that way you're not constantly searching for newer ones. Have those call center agents or virtual assistants do that for you. Okay, I already mentioned about how much you're going to pay them. Okay, so if you're going through with a company, then looking at about $800 to $1,200 a month. Okay, if you're hiring yourself, it goes from $300 to $800. And I start mine out. I used to start mine out a lot less, but now I start mine out at $300 a month, and they go up from there. They go up to $1,000 a month, and that's people I hire. And then I have an office for them to come and work. And so I mean, with overhead and everything, really, you're really not saving any money hiring directly. It's just that I have a big team, and so it makes sense for me to do that. Okay. Now, what can they do for you? They can do everything for you, practically. Anything that doesn't require them to be here in person. Okay. They can do things like telemarketing. They do that for me. I pay them 2,000 pesos, so that's about $50 per home study course sales, which is $997. And some of them I have them on straight commission. Some of them I have them on half and half. So depending on when I hire them, it's a little bit different. But $50 per DVD sale, it's a lot of money for them, because that means that because my system sells pretty well, and so a typical telemarketer can sell about an average of one per day. And so if you're looking at, if they work 20 hours, 20 days out of the month, that's about $1,000 a month. Okay, that's 40,000 pesos a month, so about $4,000 a month. Okay, they can set up webinars for you. They can do internet marketing. They can do JV coordination. Like some of you might have gotten a phone call from my assistant March already, or an email from her to try to set up our webinars or set up our JVs here. They can help you build your list. They can do search engine optimization, Web 2.0 stuff. For your real estate stuff, they can help pre-screen your buyers, run comps, negotiate contracts, getting options signed. In my case, they even get the seller to sign the flex options, getting them faxed back to us. All of that stuff, they do that. Research, they can do a lot of research for you. They can do skip tracing for the customers. They can help you build your buyers list. Like I said, just about anything that doesn't require them to be in person. Like the stuff that Lisa is doing for me with this recording. I mean, if I really, really want to, and I'm willing to set up like a really good high-speed internet, like a T1 line in the Philippines, then they can easily do these webinar pre-recording for me. They can also, they can also play back the webinar for me too. It's just that they're kind of way far away, and I just don't trust the internet connection and the phone connection that much yet, and so I don't see us doing that anytime soon. And so that's why we have Lisa doing it here in the U.S. just to make sure that we have the best quality we can. The last thing you would ever want to happen to you is you have 400 people on the line, 500 people on the line, and your internet crash and they can't watch your webinar, or your phone audio is not good quality, so they can't hear you. You don't want that to happen to you. Trust me. I'm speaking from experience here. I've lost a lot of money. Testing out all of these equipments, testing out all of these software. I've lost a lot of potential profits, and so I don't want you to have to go down that line. I already got the scar on the back, on my back for you. Okay. All right. Some of the tools that you need for them. The phone line. You want to sign up for viatalk.com. Okay. Viatalk.com is the phone line. You might have heard of Vonage, which is just a voice over IP. Both Viatalk.com and Vonage is a voice over IP line. I don't use Vonage anymore. It's because they're a little bit more expensive and they have less features. I used to use them. It's because they're the most popular one. They do a lot of advertising. So I suggest that you use Viatalk instead. And then what you want to do is you want to download the software called X-Lite Softphone. Okay, X-Lite Softphone, and then your assistants, your virtual assistants can just download that and install it on their computer and make the phone call out of the computer. So they just need a headset, and that's all that they need. They don't need an actual adapter to be able to do that. And Zoom.com is where I used to use that to send out money, and I still do sometimes. So that to send money to them. I use this one a lot more often because it's a lot less expensive. PNBRCI.com, and PNB stands for Philippines National Bank Remittance Center. I don't know what I stands for, but they have an office. They have a location that's pretty near my office, and so we use that a lot to send the money over there. We can and here there's no limit of how much you want to send. Zoom.com will have a cap on the maximum that you can send to them, and so those are both choices for you to go check out. MyHours.com is like a little to-do list online that's free that you can use. That you can use to track the hours for your assistants. Also, if you have tasks for them to do, you can use that as well. I don't use that because we have our programmer that custom develop the software for them to do. So like we track their hours based on when they log into the system, when they log out of the system, and so that's how we track their hours on our end. And so our programmer developed that for us. Okay. Other tips that you can use to hire, top grading, you got to go pick up this book. I mean, it's an awesome book. It doesn't matter if you're hiring, virtual assistants or normal assistants or hiring anybody. You got to take them through this top grading interview, okay? Brad Smart is the name of the author. Awesome book. As always, we always hire we hire the person, over their experience, because most of what we do, they don't have the experience in those things anyways, and so so we look for people who have good, who are honest, great attitude, very responsible, very resourceful. So we look for those type of people, and that's who we hire. And Brad Smart talks about A players. And also too, when we often try to hire managers and team leaders, experienced virtual assistants that already have American accents from other call centers. The reason why we choose to hire managers and team leaders, it's not because of their experience really, but it's because if they made it to that level, then chances are they're much better quality candidate for us. And so, they could have been a manager somewhere else, but when they work for us, they're not a manager, but it allows us to build a better team. Okay. We also, take them through some skill tests. We take them through SurveyMonkey to ask them some questions. For example, like from the top grading, there's Appendix B is where you have the applicants apply or fill out those information. So we put the Appendix B on SurveyMonkey, and so have them filled out on SurveyMonkey, and then we look at that before we call them in for the interview. We do other skill tests like we'll tell them, okay, this is I used to do this over the phone, but now my staff have them come to the office. When they come in for the interview, they do this. So we tell them, okay, go to this web page, and open up Excel, copy this information, paste into Excel, sort this column by ascending order. So we just want to get a feel for, if they know how to use the basic computer, basic computer stuff. And if they don't know how to use it, it's okay. We want to see if they're able to figure it out on their own without us having to teach them that. And so, those are the kind of people we're looking for. And also, too, when I was doing this, when I was doing this over the phone, I would have them record, record a like they would read an article. I'll send them an article, read it, and then record that and email me the MP3 of it so I can hear the accents. And so that's what we do. Another thing too, hourly reports. Man. In the beginning, I used to have them give me daily reports. So at the end of the day, they send me an email, a report of what they did for that day. And then I change it to an hourly report. So each hour, they tell me what they did that hour. And the productivity, drastically increased. And also, too, it allows me to catch the things that they're spending way too many hours on very, very quickly. So I'm able to redirect them or better guide them. So we did that. Like for my telemarketers, for example, I have them do different things like split testing the script. For those of you who do internet marketing, you're pretty familiar with split testing with Google Adwords. Well, I do the same thing for our telemarketing too. If you have more than one, if you have several of them, have them do, if you have metrics of, let's say they're supposed to make these many calls, they're supposed to get a hold of how many people and, get how many leads and stuff like that. So we put that into an Excel and we graph that out. So that way they can see and they can compare each other's performance. And so that way they'll I guess they'll try to catch up to each other, compete with each other. It makes it more exciting for them, I guess. All right, awesome. Well, that's pretty much what I have for you today. It's been a long call. We went way over our hour and a half, but I try to put as much information in here for you as possible, so that way you got what you need, everything from how to set up your webinars to hiring your first virtual assistant. So I want to thank you so much for being on this call. I really, really enjoyed it, and I'm certainly sure that you have enjoyed it as well. And now Lisa's going to open up the line, so if you have other questions or if she needs to show you, what happened here? If she needs to show you how she's selecting only the screen area that's here. Let me show you that part real quick here. Right now, what you're looking at, is these are all of the different software that I have running on my computer, okay? And right now I'm showing you, and I have two monitors. I have my laptop and I have a normal monitor. That's why you see monitor 1 and monitor 2. In most cases, you'll probably just see one, okay? And so I can choose, to let you see the entire monitor, okay, which is everything. Or I can just choose a specific, like here. If I do that, you can only you can only see my PowerPoint presentation. Okay, don't worry, Lisa. I will turn it back for you. Or if I just want you to see my quick cam, for example, I can just show that, and all you see is my camera, my quick cam. And so what Lisa has done was that. She only showing you that video. She only show you the video, the AVI file video actual playing of this presentation. Okay, but she'll open up the line, and if you have other questions, you can ask her about that. Let me see what else I want to tell you before we go here. I believe that's pretty much it. Okay, that's pretty much it. So. We were going to have our bonus call. We were going to have our bonus call on Friday here, on July 4th. because I didn't realize it was July 4th. And so instead, we're going to do our bonus call on Tuesday, July 8th instead. Okay, so Tuesday, July 8th, we're going to do our bonus call, and the bonus call will be, your presentation. We're going to critique your presentation, and so make sure you have that, and that's pretty much it. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. That's pretty much it. So thank you so much again for being on this call. I enjoyed it, and I look forward to talking to you again next week. All right. See ya. Bye bye.